Mr. Flight Instructor, sir, it looks like we have a bit of a hazardous altitude problem. Hey, student pilot, hazardous altitude problem? What are you talking about? We haven't even left the ground yet. See this altimeter? It clearly says 5,280 feet. We're practically a mile up. Isn't this a hazardous altitude? You do know that that's just a coffee coaster, right? Your altimeter is actually right there in front of you. You see, there are 5 hazardous attitudes that every pilot must avoid. Hazardous attitude versus hazardous altitude. I don't know where the disconnect came into the picture, honestly.
Mindset. It's the one factor that pilots tend to overlook, but which plays a subtle yet significant role in terms of flight safety.
The way you think shapes your judgment and every decision you make during each flight.
Negative attitudes can put your flight at risk.
Here are 5 hazardous attitudes that every pilot must avoid during every flight.
The first hazardous attitude is impulsivity. Hey, student pilot, it looks like we're flying a little too high. What are we supposed to do in this situation? Power idle, flaps down, pitch down, carb heat on. Whoa, hold on there, student pilot. What are you doing? I'm trying to fix it. You need to slow down and think through this and follow the checklist.
Impulsivity is the mindset of, do something, now. It shows up when you rush decisions without thinking them through.
Maybe you skip a checklist, react too quickly to a situation, or make a snap judgment in the cockpit. The problem? Fast decisions aren't always good decisions.
Harboring an impulsive attitude in the cockpit greatly increases the risk to the safety of the flight. The antidote is to slow down, think methodically, and rely on your checklists. A few extra seconds of careful deliberation can prevent a lifetime of regret.
The second hazardous attitude is to be macho. All right, student pilot, let's go over the cruise checklist now, shall we? Checklist? I don't need to go through the checklist. I've already gone through it a gazillion times already. Did you check the fuel selector? It's probably fine. Probably is not a checklist item.
Macho is the attitude that screams, I can do it, but underneath that lies something deeper. An aura of overconfidence, ego, and the need to prove yourself.
The macho attitude manifests itself when a pilot recklessly pushes the boundaries of their personal limits, ignores safety measures, disregards checklists, or takes risks just for the sake of feeling that you are in control.
But aviation doesn't reward pride. It punishes it. The antidote is a clear, honest understanding of your own limits.
All right, we're part of the way through the list. I just wanted to take a brief moment to invite you to hit the like button if you're finding the content of this video to be helpful. And be sure to hit the subscribe button as we will be producing more content for aspiring aviation enthusiasts like you. The third hazardous attitude is anti-authority. Student pilot, it looks like the weather might be deteriorating, so we might want to turn back. Oh, those weather reports are for other pilots. Now, student pilot, what do you mean by that? I'm a good pilot. I'm built differently. Well, yeah, that's probably what those pilots ahead of us were thinking as well.
Anti-authority is the attitude that says, don't tell me what to do. You might ignore regulations, dismiss your flight instructor, or think procedures are optional. But in aviation, rules are never meant to be broken. They exist quite literally to protect us from ourselves.
The danger in this context is believing that somehow you as a pilot are above the law.
So what is the antidote for this hazardous attitude? As a pilot, you must develop the mindset that the rules, the checklists, and procedures are immutable and must be followed, regardless of your own perceived personal bias. Following the rules and maintaining discipline aren't meant to restrict you. They're meant to keep you alive.
The fourth hazardous attitude is invincibility. Hey, student pilot, ATC just reported that visibility is deteriorating up ahead. Now would be a good time to divert. Divert the plane? But Mr. Flight Instructor, sir, I've got this. Oh yeah? Are you sure about that? But I didn't fly out this far only to have to turn around. Well, let me tell you something. A good pilot always knows their limits and doesn't get overconfident. Stop trying to be macho and divert like I asked you to.
Invulnerability is the belief that it won't happen to me. You hear about other aviation accidents, but deep down, you believe that somehow you're different. You're safer. You're smarter. You're immune. You're invincible or invulnerable. You believe these types of things only happen to other pilots. But every pilot who made that mistake thought the same thing. This attitude leads to risk-taking because you underestimate danger.
So what's the antidote for this hazardous attitude? Number 1, You must come to terms with reality and learn to acknowledge risk. Number 2, you must in turn learn to manage that risk. Number 3, you must acknowledge and respect your personal limitations. Number 4, you must adhere to checklists and FAA regulations without fail. Number 5, you must heed your flight instructor's advice or instructions. And finally, number 6, you must comply willingly with ATC directives.
All right, you've made it this far into the video. As a token of appreciation, I invite you to click on the link in the description below this video where you can get a free download of the Private Pilot Checklist Toolkit. The 5th hazardous attitude is resignation. Hey student pilot, it looks like the engine is running rough. What are our options? Mr. Flight Instructor, sir? I don't really think we have any options. I think we're done for. What makes you say that? What's the point? I think we're done for anyway. No, it's not. That's the wrong attitude. Fly the airplane and follow the emergency checklist.
Did you know that resignation is the most dangerous hazardous attitude of them all? If your internal dialogue speaks to you by questioning what's the use, or if you tell yourself that the situation is hopeless, that you give up, that it's too late, that it won't make a difference, or that there is nothing you can do, then your thoughts could literally become your reality.
When things go wrong during flight, rather than mentally giving up, you must recognize that as pilot in command, you are in full control of the actions that you can take in order to influence the outcome. The antidote is to invoke a mindset of empowerment, not helplessness. Even in the most challenging of situations, your actions will make all the difference.
Need an easy way to remember these 5 hazardous attitudes? Think of this acronym, I am AIR. I-M-A-I-R. I stands for impulsivity. M stands for being macho. A stands for anti-authority. I stands for invulnerability or invincibility. R stands for resignation. All right, student pilot, remember that acronym. I am AIR. That's right, Mr. Flight Instructor, sir. I am AIR. Huh? Where'd you go? You literally disappeared into thin air?